like we said, working on your craft and your work ethic will get you through.
Yeah,
Jalen
that'll get you,
Rose,
so that'll get you
that will get you
anything you
through. Like
want.
I tell kids, this right now to the day. Work on your craft, get a work ethic, and I guarantee you, you're gonna be all right in the future. Period. Point blank.
A lot
I
of
don't.
these kids don't know what
I
their
don't care.
craft
Check
is,
it out.
Lamar.
You're right about that, but I don't care for whatever it is. Take craft out of this whole thing. If you develop a work ethic, you're gonna be all right in
Yeah.
this world. Period. Point blank.
And I don't care what you're doing, you're going to be good at it.
You're gonna be good at it. Period. Point blank.
No matter what you're doing, if you spend the focus, time, and energy on it, your brain is good enough that you're going to do it. It may not be what you want it to be, and it may not be what they want you to be. But if you focus on what you want, you're going to get it.
Well, that's as we said, that's your work ethic. That's your work ethic. If you work on that, like you said, you're gonna be all right in life. Period. Point blank. Take craft. Like I said, we're gonna take craft out of this whole thing. If you develop a work ethic, rather like I told kids, well, if you're the best 2K player on Xbox or PlayStation, you worked on that. You worked on that. You developed that. But that's not
You
gonna
know
get
they're giving scholarships away for giving scholarships out for gaming right now, right?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. That's a sport.
Yeah, I just seen something. Now,
That's a
Robert
sport.
Morris? Was it Robert Morris or Duquesne? I think it was Robert Morris.
Check it out.
Or Duquesne.
That's a sport now.
That gaming, they're giving out scholarships for gaming.
I know they is, but I'm saying though, to get one of those gaming scholarships, as you say, you gotta be
top of the heat.
You gotta be a top of the heat. You gotta be a top of the heat. You gotta be a top of the food chain, and then therefore now we bring it in, working on your craft and your work ethic. Now your craft is gaming. So therefore, you have to work at that, and that's when your work ethic comes into play. So therefore, if you're right, but I tell kids every day, man, your craft and your work ethic is two of the most important things when you're dealing with sports. Period. Point blank. Nothing else.
About where a lot of kids in our area where a lot of kids in our area get confused with.
What's that?
And that's why I like when kids go to prep, because at prep, you know what you're going to school for, Lamar?
Education.
You're going for education, but you're going to play football.
True. Wait.
Or you're going to play basketball.
Okay.
In the Erie School District, they don't know I don't think they have a real grasp of what they want to do. I really don't, Lamar.
Okay. Well.
I think they settle. I think they settle for it.
Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of kids you can say that went to Cathedral Prep, McDowell, whatever, that settled, that didn't make it. So therefore, it's not about the individual. It's not about the school. It's about the individual.
But let me tell you about kids that do go to prep. Abe Satterfield, Akeem Satterfield. When you go to prep, okay, first of all, you go to prep for an education, but you're going to prep like that Crosby boy knew he was going to prep to wrestle.
Well, yes.
And he knew what he wanted to do.
Dorian, and that's why he's going to Bucknell.
He knew what he wanted to do. He knew what he wanted to do.
And that's why he's going to Bucknell on a full.
And that's because he had focus. He had focus.
Athletic
when you don't
scholarship.
have focus on a particular what you want to do, you just sit there and you can't spend time in high school wandering around.
Well, no, true indeed. And that's why he went out and won a state champion. That's why him and his father is the only father and son to ever win a state championship in Pennsylvania history, period, point blank, like you said. But it still goes back to your work ethic, and that's it, nothing else. He had a work ethic. He wanted to get better. He did get better. He came back.
I've seen him riding the bike. I seen him riding the bike at 13.
Right.
I stopped him. I said, "Who is you?" He said, Edge. I said, "You're Mr. Crosby." I said, "What you want to do with yourself?" He said, "I'm going to go to prep to win a state championship." And this is before he had spent one day at prep.
And that's what he did. I seen him walk in the gym
after
his freshman year. I seen him after his freshman year. He walked into the gym. I had his two other brothers in there with me doing a Vertimax up at Steve's. And he walked in. I said, "Oh, my God, what grade you in?" He said, "Oh, I'm in the ninth." He said, "I'm in the ninth." Voice all deep and everything else. But like I said again, Mr. Dorian Crosby worked on his craft, period, point blank. Nothing else, not more. That's what it boils down to.
It helps that your dad was a grown-ass man, too.
Well, yeah.
I looked at Melvin, and I seen some old pictures of Melvin in high school. Melvin was a grown man, dude.
Yeah, Melvin was a grown man at 13, 14, man.
At 13, 14 years old, so.
Wrestling at the Booker T. Washington Center with us. He was a grown man.
I remember his junior year, I went to watch him and Mike Turan was wrestling. I went to the bathroom, so I was going for 18 seconds. I came back, and back was over. He pinned the dude at 13 seconds.
Hey, see, check it out. just this past football season, Melv came and hit me in my back.
Oh, you should have called the police.
No, you know what I did? See, I told him, if you ever hit me like that again, we're going to have a problem. Period. Don't put your hands on me like that, man. You know, and he was just, you know, saying what's up. But see, man, he almost knocked my lungs out of my motherfucking chest, man.
So when he was 17 years old, he practiced wrestling with Bruce Baumgartner.
Yes, and that's a hellified defeat. Were you practicing with
What?
an Olympic champion at 17?
So you know how much he weighed? He wrestled at 286.
Bruce was a monster. Bruce Baumgartner was a monster.
6'4", 286, Bill.
That's a man. Bruce Baumgartner, but like you said, Melv had a work ethic. He won state champion.
Yeah, Melv had, you know, you got to have some focus and guidance.
Yes.
There got to be somebody in front of you showing you the way.
Yes, you got to.
If there's nobody, and that's what so many of these young kids, they don't have people in front of them. And most of the men in their lives, you know where they at, so.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna talk about that. We know that.
Well, that's part of that. If you can't talk about that, then you shouldn't be talking.
Okay, then. Well,
these young kids have a problem with so many people in jail, and that's why we all end up in jail. We aspire to go to jail because everybody we know in jail.
Well, that's not necessarily true, man. You know,
that's necessarily exactly the truth in the black community. Too many of our black men are in jail, locked up, Seth. Too many daddies locked up, and it creates a problem with these single black women raising these boys by themselves.
You're right, and that's why that's why some of them don't know what their craft is, and they don't develop.
No, they don't know, Lamont. They're confused. First of all, their mama tell them you got to go out and get a job. Your job's not to get a job at 15 years old.
Well, we know that, Corey. We know that, man. We ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I mean?
Well, if you don't talk about that, Lamont, you don't get to the point.
Well, okay,
that's our biggest problem in our community. That's one of our huge problems.
Wait a minute.
We don't have black role models to show these young kids the way.
You're right. We don't. But my point is this: working on your craft and your work ethic.
Oh yeah.
Point blank. Nothing else, nothing more. It has nothing to do with black men being in prison. And you're right about that.
Oh yeah, it does, Lamont. Yes, it does, Lamont. It has everything to do with that. That's first.
You're right.
Because before we can get to be a great basketball player, before we can get to be a good student, we have to have young men in our lives, young good men showing us not to go. If nobody tell you how to go to jail, Lamont, you're going to jail.
True. But yes, work on your craft and develop a work ethic, and you'll be all right.
And get you some good role